This is it.
All right, this is it. No music.
One.
We're not doing nothing. We're hitting it raw. We're
Hitting it
starting
raw.
off starting off the podcast raw. That's it. No music. Fuck it. Let's
All
start
right. So we gotta get the mind right, the mentality right. So just imagine that there's millions of people listening to you right now.
it. Which
No
there
pressure.
definitely is not. I'll tell you that.
A.
But
But like you said,
welcome
people.
everyone. I should say who the future listeners. So welcome to Gamers versus the System. I'm
See,
Spec.
that's a lovely intro. Yeah, this is Spec. He's a great guy. He's someone I've known for many years, and we have lots of great conversations. And
Who are
yeah, we're
you?
gonna. I'm Cetty,
There you
and
go.
yeah, I'm a gamer.
And we're going to be
Gamer
talking
first.
about how we see the world through the lens of gamers, which I feel like is a very misrepresented voice these days, or underrepresented. I don't know,
Misunderstood,
some fancy word like that.
complicated. Who are the gamers? Where are they? Who are they? That type of shit.
That's
It's a
gonna be us.
mystery.
We're gonna try to spread a new type of voice out there into the void,
Okay. All right. So
and let's break down how we're gonna do the episodes. Explain a little bit about what's gonna make us different. We got that whole thing about like our dice that we're still trying to come up with names for. Like everything's a work in progress, and we're just saying, "Fuck it, we got to do it now." We're that impassioned about it. We're flying off. We're just so passionate. We want to do it now.
yeah,
So
I
we're doing
like the community die though. I like that. I like that name.
it. Yep, community die. So as gamers, I'm a tabletop gamer, as well as a video gamer. So we're gonna be using a 20-sided die to determine whenever a conversation gets either stale or we want to transition to our next topic. We're just gonna roll the die. There's gonna be a thing we have to talk about, and that'll keep us kind of interesting, hopefully, to our listening audience.
And to each other, we gotta stay fresh and think of shit on the fly. So yeah,
Yeah, so you got all that shit written down, right? We did all this yesterday. We were
I do. I've got
recording.
the 20 points of conversation potential things when we do roll.
All right. So do you
So,
want
do you
you
want
want
to
me to
roll
roll the first
now?
one? I don't know. We should the first roll of gamers versus the system.
Let's do it.
Yeah. All right. Fuck it. I got a 12.
For number 12, we picked guilty pleasures.
Okay. I'll let you go first because I gotta come
Me
up
go
with one.
first. Oh man. What is a guilty pleasure that I have? I mean, I guess the first thing I would say is gaming. But I guess there's a specific type of.
Boo! Jesus
No, wait,
fucking
hold
Christ.
on, hold on. I'm gonna go into a specific kind of game that not a lot of people like. So to me, it does feel like a guilty pleasure.
Okay,
Um,
if we're gonna do some weird Doki Doki Literature Club bullshit,
fuck you. I'm not saying that's a bad game. I've never played it. Okay, so I can't judge either way. But um, in my mind, yeah, it is kind of a guilty pleasure because not a lot of people are on there with me. Um, there's a game called City Skylines.
oh,
I don't
okay,
see very
yes,
many people play it.
yeah, no, yeah, this is true. I usually just see you and
Yeah.
you alone building your city.
Yes. To me, that is a guilty pleasure because people are always just like, come play GTA, come play Division, come do this, come do that. And but I try to sneak away and do that because it really does bring me a lot of enjoyment. It's a fun little thing to do for me. So in that way, yes, it is kind of a guilty pleasure.
You're kind of doing some like D&D type shit. You're doing like some world building. You're building like a city that you could then like you just gotta take it one step further of like making the stories of the characters and like with the plot. What are you gonna do? Like how everything's you're gonna
That does kind of come
interact with
up
each other.
because you can see people's names and you can see where they're going and you're building the streets that they're driving on, the
Is
parks
this
that
the
they're
same
walking
people
on.
that did like that the fucking what was that game where what got with Super Gandhi? Nazi Gandhi, fucking the Civ
Which game was
games.
that?
I think the Civ games, right? The
Oh,
Civ
was it?
Myers ones. Yeah, with fucking yeah, that's definitely the one where where Gandhi is. It's like a fucked up metric in like the first game, and they just kept it going throughout the other ones. Where like they made him super hostile at some point.
I didn't.
Starts always picking the nuclear. Nuclear Gandhi. That's the name for it.
Nuclear Gandhi?
Nuclear Gandhi.
I
That is
never
the name.
played it.
Yes, bro. That's the thing. It's a fucked up thing, and they just kept it. The developers are like, yeah, we're keeping it in here. It's so fucking funny.
Hmm,
Nuclear
that's
Gandhi.
interesting. I'm gonna have to
Every
look that up.
Yeah, man, it's fucking hilarious.
All right. So what about you, motherfucker? Guilty pleasure. What's?
I am loaded full. Like at this point, I don't know if it's just do I live a life of guilty pleasures? Like it's
How do you sound right now?
I mean, like you got to take into account. Like I live in America. Like
Okay.
this is a very guilty pleasure ridden fucking country these days. Like full of privilege, full of fucking. Not to sound like that type of bullshit, but I mean, like we got a lot. We don't have to worry about fucking lions trying to eat us. We don't have
Okay.
to worry about
That's
a
true.
tribe hates my grandfather's fucking people from they said something back in the day, so now they're after my ass, and I have to fucking carry a machete, or else they're gonna fucking hop out of a technical and fucking take my nuts, some shit like that. So it's like we live in a very comfortable, no matter what the fuck. Even our poor, like homeless, I would think I mean, they live in some shitty conditions, and I feel really bad for them.
I was gonna say like, well, I don't know if they're very comfortable, but
But
I
I mean,
guess
like Street to San Francisco versus the Savannah, I would rather be on the Streets of San Francisco
you'd rather be
because
home. So you're telling me you'd rather be homeless in America than have a house in Africa?
no, like homeless in Africa. I'm talking about his situation, but put in the bush. Not
Okay.
a good time for anybody.
Sure. Sure.
So like, and they have the African Death Bush, that whole thing from Bear Grylls, where it's like, if you fucking see that bush, hop into that bush. Versus like, or no, don't hop into that bush. You're gonna die. Fucking go fight a lion. That was the fucking thing. It was like you would rather fight a lion than go against that bush, because as soon as you touch it, it fucking like just rips into your flesh and just it's not a
Wow.
good. It's a bad time. So yeah, no, I have a lot of stuff. So I guess I don't know, guilty pleasure. If you want to talk about the gaming aspect, it
Or
would
whatever
be.
aspect, bro. Like it doesn't have to be with gaming. We already agreed that this is a free for all with the game with the community die.
Well, I was okay. So I was gonna say my guilty pleasure in gaming is whenever I want to listen to music and do some like death matches or something like that. Just want to get in the zone. It's not quite the music you would normally think people would listen to get pumped up.
Oh God, you're talking about the fucking the disco music? Is that what we're on?
Fucking Donna Summer, bro. Last Dance by Donna Summer.
Oh
Holy
my
fucking shit.
goodness.
I went like 30-0 in Red Dead. Fucking like I was the ye old John Wick cowboy of fucking like Donna Summer hits. It was great. Just I was in the zone. No one could touch me. I was just fucking running and gunning and just living a life of ecstasy. It was beautiful. Yeah,
So
Donna
the
Summer.
the
Guilty
the
pleasure
music, the
right there.
music.
Yeah, like I like music. Like I fucking love all types of music. I don't care. I love it all.
Okay, okay.
So,
I mean, I
but
guess
like
that's fair.
for that though, I don't know, man. I just feel like I'm in a different time. You know?
In a different place. That's what music does. It transports you, gives you a different kind of energy.
Yeah, but like I feel like my dude's in like my cowboy is Doc Holliday in it, but like in the middle of Studio 54, fucking like railing fucking lines of coke, listening to Donna Summer, fucking blasting motherfuckers. Yeah, fuck. Oh man, that was the Cattleman Kid. That was me. Goddamn Colt single action armies.
All right. So
Oh yeah.
disco music and death matches is your guilty pleasure. That's a good one. That's very
Uh huh.
interesting.
That's that's mine right there.
All right, all right. So yeah, that's our first community die for gamers versus the system.
All right, so now we have to go into a topic, which we'll be doing every episode,
Right.
which is we talk
Um,
about.
that one game. That one game, which is either a game you've played, a game you're playing, or a game you're excited about that's coming out. We've all got that one game that we enjoy or want to enjoy, or maybe it's a game that hasn't been made yet. So yeah, what is that one game for you, bro? Tell me about it, Spec.
Well, if I'm gonna be on this first episode with you, boss, it's gonna be like that's the one game that brought us together, which would be Grand Theft Auto 5.
GTA. Yeah, it is that game, isn't it? Like, I feel like we're going to be talking about GTA a lot on this podcast because that is where our relationship started and how we met, and we've been playing it since day one. And
We were involved in multiple wars. My body count of players killed is nearing 20,000.
yeah, just imagine if you
Nearing
never took a
20,000.
break, what it would be like.
Yeah, and that's like a long hiatus of just doing other shit. But that was the one that started it all, man. Like it brought us together. Our mutual friend, like Rockstar in general, I guess would be a company that we both love and hate over the years. But that I got to give them the credit for. I was introduced to your buddy
Yeah,
Dom way back in the day when I was playing Red Dead Redemption Online, and then after that, it just he was like, "You got to meet my friend Cetty," and then I met you, and then that was it, magic.
truly, truly. A lifelong friendship formed over gaming. That's a real thing. Never let them tell you otherwise. It's a real
When your
thing.
mother's like, "Be careful, you might find a pedophile or something," it's like like he hasn't
Oh
tried to
no.
diddle my butthole yet, but if he wanted to at this point, I'd let him.
Nah, nah.
I'd let him, America.
No, no. Jesus Christ.
I'd let him.
Oh, fuck. But no, GTA, that's that one game. I mean, like, it's a game that's very popular. A lot of people are still playing it. Pretty sure it makes, like, what, in the top five of, like, revenue every year for the last 8 or 9 years. Like, it's
Well,
always
it was it was the game that single handedly made sure that Rockstar didn't have to make another fucking game for the rest of their fucking life.
truly.
Like they could just retire now and just continue and pull a fucking Skyrim and just release GTA 5 again and again and again, and people are gonna
As
keep
far
playing
as
and
I'm
keep getting
concerned, they
online.
have retired. They've fucking checked out of development on that
They
game. They don't
stopped
give a
doing all
fuck.
the other bull. They were like, all right, throw Midnight Club in there, throw fucking the story for other bullshit, throw this racing mechanic, throw fucking. They were just like, it's a farewell to fucking Arms for like the PS, like everything they've done so far. And they're like, this is it. And everyone was like, yeah, we love it. And they were like, yeah, money. And then it was just, that was it. The end.
Yeah.
Money.
Kind of feels like they really did check out after the PS4 launched. They were just like, all right, they're suckers. We can fuck this game up completely and they'll play it anyway. So they just kind of did whatever they wanted. I kind of feel like they were trolling us at times. I mean, if the oppressor wasn't a
I mean,
troll, I
they're
don't know
fucking
what was.
trolling us now. They just released an update that was like, hey, remember everything that you guys would have liked to have had when you were in the thick of it, when you were playing all the time, when you were trying to make money, when you were trying to be with, a nice environment to build a community. Would you like that stuff now? It's like,
Yeah.
no.
At the
Like I
end
have
of
a
the game's
job.
life,
I have a job. I got a fucking life. I got a dog I take care of. I got a fucking like no, bro. Like it's I can't do it no more. Like I'm done. You
damn.
you got to me too late. It was. I'm sorry. I missed the train.
Yeah,
I tried to be
I don't know.
excited for it. I hopped on a little bit, and it just felt like, man, this I should have had this sooner. Like
Yeah, should have
it
been
was
day
so
one.
fucking easy, so
It should
fucking
have been a
easy.
day one edition, or at least the
Everything like
first
it
year
was.
edition.
Yeah, man, it's fucking dumb.
Oh well. But still, though, like you said before, you got to give them credit. I mean, no matter how much we shit on the game, it's more like a love hate relationship because of the potential that just felt wasted and lost.
Well,
Like,
just the fucking allegory that you could make of like how it was to the life that we are currently living now, where we were trying to live within the system that was all about like the game, everything that was provided through us through Rockstar. The jobs and the missions and the story structures and the this and that. Like if we just want to play those and have fun, but
right.
unfortunately these days with the economy and this and the way and the system that we're trying to fucking go against, for this podcast, it's like it is like you gotta you gotta use exploits, you gotta hack, you gotta glitch to fucking get to really you know make it in this world. And it's like I don't want that to be the way you gotta go about it. I want to fucking be able to play.
And enjoy yourself and not have to be beholden to
Yeah,
their
and
bullshit, basically.
and as and I'm an idiot. I don't know anything about geopolitical bullshit. Like I'm fucking wrestling with all that shit now because I just was recently released from the death grips of depression. So like I am now trying to figure out what I actually believe, what the fuck's going on in the world, and it's all crazy. So yeah, I am just gonna say like I'm open to anyone if you got any sort of ideas about what the fuck I'm talking about. So I'm an idiot. I'll preface that right now. Anything that comes out of this fucking mouth is from the mouth of an idiot. So
I wouldn't go that far, man. I mean, you finished school, you got some book learning, you got some street smarts. I mean, you know enough to get by. I don't think you're an idiot. I mean, I think just
right, but there are a lot of people out there that know 10 times more about the shit that we're gonna be talking about in this podcast, and like I would like to talk to them about some of this stuff
yeah, that would be fun. I agree.
if we get to that point.
I
So
do hope we can have some guests, and like I said, I want to bring in, like, my target will be these professors, these economics professors. Like, I will definitely hit them up wherever I can, stalk them, and say, hey, come on our podcast and tell us, what you know. Tell us why we're wrong. How does this sound? And tell us why we're wrong and why it won't work. I want to hear it myself, like, I want to hear it myself.
right, and I feel like that's another thing we gotta change as a culture too. Like we gotta be willing to open ourselves up to criticism and other people's thoughts and other people's opinions, and just be willing to look at it from the perspective of I might not know everything going into this conversation. So like, let me see if I
Mm.
can learn something new.
Tough to do, but you're a different kind of animal, man. We already know that. Like, it's tough to open yourself
Now
up.
I am. I was fucking ready to just resign myself to a mountain man lifestyle. Fucking I was looking at fucking underground vaults, like fucking some real GTA type living shit,
What?
like
You're
abandoned.
gonna become a doomsday prepper? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No, but I was like fucking looking at there's like these places for a reasonable amount of money, like these abandoned missile silos in Kansas, and I was like,
Oh
you know
my
what, like
god.
have a little
Here
farm up
you go.
top. But I don't want to do that anymore. I now see the point in life. I'm no longer fucking wanting to blow my brains out. This is a good thing for all of us.
You now
We
see the
talk.
point in society? Is that what you're trying to say? Like,
Yeah,
hmm,
I
okay.
do. That's why I'm doing a podcast. 'Cause I'm not going to be talking about how fucking shitty things are. I'm going to be trying to spread the good news. I don't want to spread the fucking negativity. I don't want to feed into the system no more. I want to fucking start talking about good shit.
Oh, I feel you. I feel you. I really do also hope to spread some of that positivity as well because
Yeah,
it
from
is
the
needed.
perspective of a loudmouth fucking dude, bro, and his best friend that never gave up hope on him. So
Okay. All right. So look, let's uh let's go back to that one game, and I'll talk about my one game,
yeah,
which
let's hear it.
for me, I'm gonna just talk about what I'm playing right now, which is
Besides City Skylines,
besides City Skylines. I mean, this is gonna sound so bad.
Oh Jesus.
This is gonna sound horrible, but I have been playing Skyrim again. I
Ha
know.
ha 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 ha. Or whatever the fuck.
Yes, I really have. What is with this game? It won't die. It will not die. And it's just one of those games where, kind of like GTA, where there's something there that just keeps you coming back because there's so
Yeah,
much to fucking do. Like,
it was one of the best exploration fucking games ever for like
yeah,
just the best goddamn walking simulator with the ability to fucking kick ass is
true.
what it was. It was all about the constant going out, exploring, finding new shit, clearing out places. You know, the radiant quests were now a thing, so it was like you could have constant. You could just turn it into a D&D campaign.
You really could. And I'm back in it once again, sniping people in caves with arrows and
Stealth archer builds, fucking
yeah.
broken.
I mean, just doing the whole damn thing all over again. Like I don't know, and I've been having fun with it too. So
You know what? I can't. You know what? My here's the thing. Oblivion is my game where I'm not playing it now, but Elder Scrolls Oblivion was the game that like got one of the games that got me into like hardcore gaming. Like
for
just
sure,
the ability to see like and just going back props to my dad, you know, rest in peace. Like he was a gamer. He definitely started with the D&D. I took a lot of I've ripped off pretty much everything that of his personality growing up. And yeah, man, like he was all about that shit and I fell in love with it too and that's what was kind of like able to speak to me and we were able to develop that bond. So yeah, bucking but Oblivion, bro, like just the soundtrack alone. If you put the soundtrack on to this day, like I'll fucking be transported back to a better time in my life. So
truly. I mean, it's I
it
don't
was a
know.
religious experience back in for a teenager.
Everybody tries to shit on Bethesda, but I think they're due.
Well, I mean, like here's the thing. That was also Oblivion was the first use of the creation engine, right? And then after that, Skyrim, and then or no, it was Oblivion, and then Fallout
Fallout.
3, and
Yeah.
then Skyrim, and then no, and then New Vegas, and then Skyrim.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
the. I'm pretty sure that's right.
So it was they created. It was kind of like what they did was I feel like they created the engine with Oblivion, and it was really good, and it worked for that game. And then they finally was able to figure out what it could do in terms of like the rating quest shit and to keep it to where it's just never ending for Skyrim. And then they should have killed it after that. They should have just said,
You
"All
think
right,
so?
fold it up, we're good," and then we're done. To keep using it for Fallout 4 and fucking 76 and they're at Starfield and whatever future project, and they just don't want to leave because what? Because the modding capabilities for the community?
Yeah,
Because
that
they don't
too.
want to pay their staff to fucking fix their game and shit. They rather have us do it.
Yeah, I think they're just comfortable with it, and I think they want to just explore every inch and really try to make it their own. You know, I think they've
Like I
worked
said,
with it for so
people are going to
long.
be up in arms in the comments about like
I really do think, yeah, they are. They're gonna be pissed. I already know. Just bringing up Bethesda, like I said, they people
it's a love-hate
try to hate
relationship.
on them.
It's a love-hate
Another one,
relationship.
yes, where it's a love hate relationship. But I think they still do good work. And wait, you haven't played Fallout 76, have you?
No, I did not. I did not play
Bitch.
76.
I'm a game share with
Uh,
you. Stop being an asshole. We're gonna play that shit like soon. Seriously.
okay,
Me and
well,
you together on Fallout. Imagine it. Imagine it. It's happening.
if I had a fucking New Vegas remaster, bro, like if they did that shit, yeah, I'd be on that. That was my game.
Yeah, but New Vegas, but co-op in a different place. That's 76.
We'll see. See how it
We're
goes.
gonna do it. We're gonna do it. I'm pulling you in. I don't give a fuck. I don't know. I'm gonna give you some. I'm a game share with you after this because it just has to happen.
This is a forcible thing. This is
Yep,
against the rules
everyone knows it. That's why I'm putting it out there on the podcast, so you can't back out. You're gonna play
tonight.
76. Like,
You
yeah.
hand banana. No.
So yeah, that's my one game is Skyrim for now that I'm on and playing and fucking around with, and I've come back to. So
Hey man, like I would come back to fucking New Vegas all the time. I would come back to fucking Oblivion sometimes. Like I hear you.
yeah,
Those are the ones that would the PS3 days.
dude,
Those
I
are the
would
ones.
because there's nothing to play right now in my mind. So going back is just that's what you got to do.
Yeah, I'm like we're coming at this from the perspective of gamers. I'm a retired gamer. Let's be honest. Like I'm
Shut up. I don't want to hear that. I'm not listening to you.
well, I mean, okay.
Retired.
I was when I was depressed. Okay, so maybe now when me with this new lease on life, I might break off the chains and become a well. I mean, I'm gonna have to, right? If I'm doing this fucking podcast now, fucking lifestyle change.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my
For
god, is this
sure.
gonna get me back into gaming?
Yeah, because we're gonna play Fallout. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Before this, bro, I was focusing on lasso. I was trying to figure out how to rope. I was doing some stuff with gunsmithing. I was doing some
You and this cowboy shit, my dude. What is going on?
I was just trying to fucking like be a man. I was tired of being the fucking nerd. I was like, I'm gonna be a man now. Can't stop me. You can't
And
stop me.
the lasso is gonna help with that.
Bro, I wear
Were we
cowboy
gonna
boots. I wear fucking cowboy boots. I'm
were we
gonna
gonna
fucking
do
be a
rope a
cowboy.
woman in the streets? I mean, what the fuck?
No, when I was depressed trying to fucking become a cowboy so I can move out to the fucking country somewhere and just die in a mountainside. That's all the fuck I wanted to do. I was
Oh,
fucking done.
okay. I see. I got you now.
I was done. I was depressed. I gave up, and now I don't want to do that. Now I'm putting my neck out there for the public sphere to judge me and critique me, and I'm loving it now. Let's go.
Okay.
I'm ready
Okay.
for the shit.
For the
Come at
dance,
me.
the
Come
culture
on
war.
me. Let's
Okay.
do
Wait.
this.
Hold on.
I ain't afraid. I ain't afraid of shit.
I'm glad you're fearless because I don't want nobody coming on me. So we'll leave that to you. You're ready to fight that fight. All right. So
For the good of
uh,
humanity.
that was that one game.
Yeah,
That was
that
that
was
one
all right.
game.
That was good. It was kind of short, but it was good. But
Well,
we're starting at this.
yeah, just shooting the shit, talking about gaming and
I ain't playing.
life and
Like, and I'm
everything.
not really playing anything right now. Once we start doing this, I'll probably get like a really good game to really fucking dig into. I'm thinking about like I don't know. I'll have
I
to
mean,
go through the library.
I don't want us to blow our load right away, but I thought you were going to talk about Elden Ring because I'm pretty sure that was the last thing you played, right?
Elden Ring and Metal Gear Solid 5: Phantom Pain.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Those two games are
But
pretty much instrumental in also bringing about the destruction of my depression.
well, I'm glad to hear that. And we'll do that. We'll save
It's
that one
possible,
for.
folks. Don't listen to those old timers when they're telling you not to fucking play the video game. Sometimes they help you. Sometimes you need it.
Oh Lord.
Sometimes you're great.
And there are a lot of people out there that are anti-gamer, which is crazy to me. Like they try to make it seem like it's gonna rot your brain. And yes, there are some games out there that are very, you know, low stakes and kind of like low effort, but I think the community as a whole is kind of a positive thing. I mean, I know there's a lot of toxicity in some
Well, that's
multiplayer
what we're trying
games.
to bring about because there really isn't a forum that brings about positivity in gaming. It's always about like you fucking noob, and I'm gonna crush your shit, and I'm gonna fuck your mom, and I'm gonna like it's all about that
Right,
type of bullshit, the dominance factor. But I'm willing to
right.
say, listen, let's just fucking. I don't care how many times you kill me, like get it out of your system. Like let's talk.
I
We're
like
not gonna
that.
solve it through violence.
I like that. And it is
Trust me,
better to keep
folks. I
talking,
was
like you
ready
said.
to solve it through violence. I was ready, but it's not the way. It's not the way. Can't do it.
All
Telling you
right,
now,
so
I'm doing this.
let's. Do you wanna try the die again, or do you want to just move on to the next?
No, yeah, we could do that transitional thing again. Let's do
All
it.
right, yeah, let's try one more community die.
Now we got 16.
16 was what the hell? Conspiracies.
There we go, baby.
Oh,
Episode one hitting with conspiracies. I like it.
oh Lord.
I
Oh
like
no, not conspiracies. What the fuck? All right, let's hear it. What is the conspiracy we're working on today? What is it? Aliens? Fucking JFK or something? What is it? What is it? Let's hear it.
Well, it's just maybe just the whole concept of conspiracies of like
Okay.
as a kid when I heard about like the conspiracy theorist like archetype of like a character, you think of like the trench coat, the disheveled hair, 5 o'clock shadow, possibly a beard, got the the aviator sunglasses, or just like the thick fucking Coke bottles. Always talking about like seeing the code, all that shit. You know what I mean, with the tinfoil hats and whatnot. It's
Mm,
like
right.
that's what society that's what the media painted them to be. When in reality they're just people that they kind of see how fucked up shit is out there, and they just choose not to ignore it, and they just choose to, and they dwell on it, and it just fucks with them.
They dwell on it and it fucks with them. But here's the problem though. They never have any evidence, okay? Like it's hard to I mean, if you have evidence, it's not a conspiracy anymore. It's just okay, okay, stop. Hold on. There is a legal definition of a conspiracy, obviously. You can conspire to do something. That's a real thing you can do.
And if we are gonna be so fucking all right, pull it up the Google thing, so they're the definition, so we know. So for future episodes, when we talk about something, we're not talking about things that have evidence out there that are proven to have happened.
Hmm. But I mean, that's the duality of the whole thing though is you know what it is. It is when people conspire to do something, but if there are people conspiring, then not everybody knows about it. So that's kind of the duality of what a conspiracy really is. It's supposed to be a secret, but yet everyone thinks that they know it. That's the problem. Like that's the fucking problem with some of these conspiracies. Like there are real conspiracies. There are small groups of people out there right now doing things to benefit themselves and not everyone, and they're not telling anyone, and it's fucking with the whole world. And then there are people who say this thing is a conspiracy, and everyone's shouting it from the rooftops all the time. And it's just like, well, how the fuck would you know? Type shit. And those people never have any evidence. They just keep saying that this is the way it is, and you know that's not good. That's bad. In my mind, that's not a good thing.
I'm trying to figure out what's the guy with the traffic lights conspiracy. You know what I'm talking about?
I've never heard of this. What is this?
He was a guy. I think it's some guy in New York figured out there was like a red light camera. Okay, here it is.
Oh, we're pulling
I
shit
don't
up
know.
now. Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm pulling shit up. Like, cause I fucking
Let's hear it.
saw. Like, all right, so this man figured out camera scam. Decided to break them. All right, what the? I don't know if I want to go to an article like that. Fuck
No,
it,
let's hear about it. What did he do?
Okay,
He was a
we'll
psycho.
we'll go to Reddit.
What did he do? Was he
New York man
crazy?
arrested for cutting wires to red light cameras after exposing government revenue generating scheme. Man
Hmm.
found the stoplight cameras were activated during yellow lights and decided to cut the wires of it. Florida man's chaotic evil and New Yorker man's chaotic good. Type bullshit. And then,
That's funny.
and then someone commented, "Holy shit, nah, dude! Look up the entire story. It's insane. The dude got arrested once before uh, this for using a painter's extension rod to point the stoplight cameras into the sky instead of cutting the wires. He didn't cut the wires till after he got out after being arrested for the first time. Which he did after posting Facebook videos that proved that the stoplights are intentionally rigged to trick drivers into citations. The yellow lights are at intersections with cameras only last 3 seconds as opposed to the 5 seconds they last at other stoplights without cameras in the same county.
Interesting.
When he cut the camera cords, he reported his deeds to the news himself, and then politicians pressured the local force into arresting him. The local police and sheriff deputies actually support him for his actions because the lights have been killing innocent people. During his most recent arrest, one of the sheriff's deputies actually offered to bail him out. When he got home again after these incidents, there was a
Pause. Did he say the lights were killing people?
I would assume like the timing of the lights, since they're lasting not as long as with the you
Oh,
know
okay, okay.
and then it gets even crazier. When he got home again after these incidents, there was a surveillance camera planted at his house by the government to watch him. His reactions to
What?
being surveilled, he painted over the camera in America's flat out the fucking ballsiest fuck you to the government ever heard of. Or yeah, I fucked up that last line. I don't give a shit. This is all live. And it gets even crazier. After painting over the camera, suddenly this guy, his name is Stephen Ruth, by the way. Sorry, look up that guy, Stephen Ruth. Started getting attempts on his life. He reports that
They
a
tried
car
to kill him?
intentionally tried to hit him in a head-on collision. And after talking about the car to his neighbors, they confirmed that the car in question, or at least one that was visibly identical, the occupants included, had been stalking out the house. Somebody was legitimately trying to murder him over his discovery and his actions. As the final
Wow.
result, insult to injury, Ruth pointed out that the vast majority of the cameras were found specifically in lower to middle class neighborhoods. As well, the victims of these rigged stoplights tried to go to the local news station to talk about the deaths of their family members that occurred from the rigging, and the local station News 12 never aired the interviews.
Wow. Okay. Now look.
Remember how I said that after cutting the cables and called the local news station, Ruth was arrested because the pressure from the politician? Get this, News 12 is actually owned by Cablevision, who provides the internet service to the cameras. Whereas whereas
Wow.
Mr. Ruth was only trying to help people and save lives, he's been caught in a full blown fucking government conspiracy that's out for his blood.
Okay. Fine. You win. All right. You fucking win. All right. Jesus Christ. That's
But
horrible,
I'm
man.
sure someone's gonna come out and tell me something. Someone's gonna know more about that story, and they could probably tell us.
Well, yeah, but that was pretty good summary. I mean, that's fucking crazy for one.
Mm-hmm.
Um yeah, that's insane. I guess that really is a conspiracy. That dude's living the born identity right now, just running from fucking cars trying to run him down. Oh my god, just out there doing fucking secret ops trying to like move cameras and cut cameras and I mean, holy shit. That's wild. But here's the
So very
thing though.
true.
Here's the thing though. If I mean, he has the evidence. I mean, I think he would have been better off trying to go like but I guess it's hard to get lawyers and shit like that. But I would have rather he went through the legal system if possible, rather than defacing government property because you're automatically going to get caught up for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not going to let you destroy what they built without consequences. You know, you have to try to think of a different way here.
Hey, at least he didn't go full
And
blown killdozer. So
well, yeah, that's true. I'm glad he didn't just go Terminator and just drop a box of roses while holding a shotgun. I mean, that's great.
no, no, no,
Good.
no, no, no. I'm talking. Killdozer never took no lives besides his own. He's a goddamn hero in my fucking eyes.
Wait, I don't know. Wait, who's that? Who's Killdozer? I'm not sure who that
Killdozer,
is.
the guy. There was like, bro. There's like fucking Netflix stuff on him. I think at this point now, like, there's the guy who he had been fucked up by the government so many times about like zoning bullshit or something or other, and he finally was like, fuck it. He souped up a bulldozer full of armor plates and just fucking went to town. And just started plowing
Oh,
through businesses that were fucking up
yes.
with
I.
the zoning shit. And then he fucking got it caught up and he couldn't get out and he just fucking blew his brains out in the cab. And it's like that's my hero right there.
That's
Took a
your hero.
took a stand for something. Took a stand for
Okay.
something he believed in.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, I'm not gonna
I
take
mean,
that away from you.
I wish he had the services that he was able to, he could have solved it through a non-violent way and he didn't have to take his life. That would have been a better alternative. But like I said, hopefully we could get that message out to people who are gonna take his route and maybe possibly turn it around.
I mean, there's got to be a better way to go against the system in my mind. I mean, you already know. Okay, I'll put it like this: we're solution oriented here. Okay,
We
we
are.
wanted
Yeah, that's what whole
we
we.
are solution. That's the whole reason we're here because we're looking for solutions to
I'm
fight
done.
back against the system.
I'm done hearing. Oh, that's how it is.
Right. So let me ask you this: that guy who's out there tilting cameras and cutting wires, yeah, I guess that's a solution in his mind. Um, in his mind, that is a solution. And the guy, Killdozer, as you call him, in his mind, armor plating a bulldozer and plowing through businesses is a
I
solution in
mean,
his
at
mind.
this point, in his mind, it's just a bullet. So,
Okay, sure. But
no offense to the family of Killdozer, man. I respect you very much. That was an off-color joke. Dark humor. Hashtag
but
dark humor.
I think I don't know. I think there's got to be a better way to push back against the system. I think there has to be because that guy who's out there cutting wires and shit, he's putting himself in danger for one, which is
Well, yeah, brother. Just more of us just gotta join the fight, and we're figuring out.
really
We're joining the fight like this. This is how
okay
we're joining the fight. We're joining up by getting our voices out there, pirate radio style. Like this is how we're joining the fight.
for sure.
You know,
I feel you.
the best ways that I was God given. You know what I mean? So let's do it like that. And then
Right.
let's encourage other people to find their way, their outlet of doing it. That
Well, that's the
isn't
hope.
souping up a bulldozer full of armor plates and going through
That's the hope.
businesses.
Now, see, when I think of conspiracies, I mean, I think of motherfuckers talking about like
Think of
flat
Alex
Earth.
Jones, turn the frogs gay
Thank
type
you.
bullshit.
That's what I think of. I think
Well,
of
okay, in Alex Jones' defense,
oh
what
lord,
he was talking about is technically kind of true. He just didn't know how to word it.
is it?
Something about the frogs. It's not that they're turning gay, but the chemicals in the water are turning the frogs hermaphrodite, and which is causing
But
them to fuck
those
each
wasn't.
other,
I'm
and
pretty
some
sure that
other
species
stuff.
of frog is supposed is
I
born
think
as
it's something to like maybe because there's all right, maybe that's a natural occurring thing, but because of the chemicals in the water, they're doing it gaily or something. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
oh, you
But my
don't know.
buddy who was I heard that thing from a guy that I fucking talked about down the street. You know that fucking whole telephone game. But
Sure,
no, I'm pretty sure though. Like if I look it up later on, and the beautiful thing about it is I could say whatever the fuck I want to say here. There's gonna
sure.
be an
Go
army,
ham, go
an
go
army of
nuts.
fucking righteous nerds at the keyboards in the comments.
That's the hope, anyway.
Yeah, because just we're
Put it
gonna be
out
open up
there.
to it. We're gonna be
It's
open up
fine.
to it. Correct us, please. That's the beauty of the
Yeah.
internet. I was fucking listening to a podcast the other day about fucking history and stuff like that, and they're leaving out some details. Oh, they were glossing
Mm.
over some presidential facts, and I was like, "Ooh, this is my favorite topic," and they fucking missed out a couple of them, and I was like, "Oh, okay, never mind, it's fine. I'll just keep that
So
fact to myself."
for my conspiracy, I think I'm gonna come a little bit more closer to something a little that's in politics right now. With I guess I'll throw out a left wing conspiracy. How about that? A
Okay.
left wing conspiracy is the Nazis. The
Okay.
Nazis are making a comeback.
All right.
That's a left wing conspiracy, definitely. I mean, a lot of people feel like there's Nazis everywhere. Like, I mean, they are paranoid about that shit. They everywhere they look, they see Nazis. They see fascism around every corner. They don't think,
Well, I mean, I feel like that's on both sides. I feel like there are
maybe.
people on the right that are feeling that there are Nazis on the left, and there are people on the left that are feeling there are Nazis on the right. So it's like
So
there are
it's
two sides that don't want to hear the other side talk, so they just call each other Nazis and they fucking carry on their day. Like that's how,
so they
that,
just call each other Nazis. Yeah, but I think I don't know. I'm gonna put it like this. There was recently a rally, and I think it was like either Turning Points USA or some political rally where some guy was talking, and the swastikas showed up, and that sent everybody into like a frenzy, like holy shit. And I don't know. I think the like you said, the people on both sides do it, or they really just believe that there's Nazis infiltrating them at every fucking turn.
And not just that, the trolls that spring up from both sides that are gonna crash an event like that in full blown Nazi regalia just to fucking rev up the fucking, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I guess. Just like they said, there was
they
Antifa
they fucking
on
play into
January
it and they
6th.
keep fucking fighting and they keep fucking feeding into it, and that's the problem,
Yeah,
man.
they try to say that
We
this is
keep
like, this
playing in
isn't
the shit.
us.
We keep playing in
This
the shit.
isn't us. This is the other side pretending to be Nazis. Like that's the conspiracy that I'm trying to get at. Is they're always saying that no, it's not us. It's the other side infiltrating us,
Go,
pretending to
no,
make
it's
us look
you.
bad.
No, it's you. No,
Yeah,
it's you.
that's the like the finger pointing, like Spider-Man pointing at Spider-Man meme, where everyone's like, "You're a Nazi," and I think that's the conspiracy that we have to kind of get over. I think that's a conspiracy that we have to put down,
Yeah, just
lay it
talk
to
to people,
rest,
people. Just fucking
right?
talk to
Because
people.
it stops the
Quit being fucking
conversation.
pussies and just fucking talk to people.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Now, look, I'm not saying that there's no Nazis out there. They're out there, okay? There's some of them, but there's so little. There's so few. I wish people wouldn't focus on them. You know what I'm saying? Because more often than not, you're just talking to regular people who have regular lives, and
Yeah, well,
maybe like
we only hear about the extreme cases by the extremists because that's
that's
all the
what
news
gets the
reports on.
clicks. That's what gets the news. That's what
Exactly.
gets people
When
talking.
when they're like, I know we're not alone in this fucking fight. How many other fucking pirate radio broadcasts that are like doing the same type of bullshit, but they're talking about crystals and other fucking stuff and whatever the hell. Well, like we're all joining this fight together, man, and we're all doing, and this is us spreading the good word. This is we're doing it right
Trying
now.
to,
We're combating that Nazi fight right now by doing this because we're talking, and
right?
you and I, two different people, I should say, folks. If you're gonna, well, they're probably gonna figure that out for themselves. If people are smart, but like when I met you, Cetty, all them years ago, two different people. We're still people, different people, but we still love each other, and that's the important thing. Like that's not gonna fuck with it.
True. I love you, man. That's true. I
Love you
really,
too, bro. Every time there's some shit that happened to me, I called you up, and the difference of perspective is key in life because you don't know what you don't know, and then when you hear the other side talk about shit, it kind of opens your eyes to some things, and you realize that okay, just because you don't think the same exact way that I think, like oh my god, like there is a light there. You could you could make a point, and I could still disagree with you, but you can still make a good point. Like
bro. I
it's
mean,
possible.
honestly, it happened just now when you were talking about the traffic light thing because I guess I have to be more aware of people that are trying to figure shit out for themselves, and I have to be more available to people's ideas because damn, that traffic light thing is fucking crazy, son. Like that traffic light thing, I've never heard that before. By the way, this is the first time that I've heard about that shit, and that is
Okay,
fucking crazy. Like no
I heard
one should
about
have
it
to
a
go
while
through
ago.
that shit. And I mean, it just sounds fucking insane. But for me, conspiracy like that to me is more like a legal battle gone wrong. That's how I think of that situation. But for my shit of everyone claiming that Nazis have infiltrated and like people are doing this switcheroo where the people who marched on January 6th and broke into the Capitol, that was actually Antifa with Trump flags, and the people that are that went to this DeSantis rally and brought swastika flags, well that was actually Antifa dressed up as Nazis, and like this kind of conspiratorial think that, like, that's the kind of shit that I think of is just like, well, you don't have any proof of that at all. Like you don't know that shit. You're just talking out of your ass so you don't look bad. Like that's what I think of as a conspiracy. But what you brought up though, yeah, very very clear cut case of someone trying to expose a secret kind of, you know, backdoor dealing kind of secret system within the system that's fucking people over, and him having a very bad time with it.
Yeah,
So
him having to pull a fucking Mission Impossible bullshit to
right.
survive.
No one should have to do that. That's why I say, in my mind, it feels more like a legal battle gone wrong. Like if he would have went to the court, if he would have got a lawyer, if he would have gathered the evidence, if he would have brought witnesses forward, and if he would have, got the ACLU involved or who the fuck knows what, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like he could have made a case and been like, see, people are getting hurt because of this. And I think after that, he could have ran for office or something. Like if he would have brought it in a way that was not. I mean, I know property damage. It's low level bullshit, but still, they're if they can find any reason to come after you, they will.
I mean, a lot of things too. Like, when it comes to that, just to give devil's advocate, play devil's advocate. There's you don't know if something is actually like a fuck conspiracy or if it's just incompetence. It's just spiraling out of control. Because like I work for a state-ran institution, and you would think
Dun dun
you would
dun.
think
He's
it's
part of
got
the state.
you would think it's got all the shit fucking worked up, and they had everything worked out. They know how things are. They got the best of the best working on the job. It ain't like that. You got people that because of policies, you got people that have been there that they value time over like efficiency. So like, it doesn't matter if you're an up and comer that just got there and knows, like, okay, I want to do this, I want to help out, and I want to figure out how to be better, and I want to do this. It's like you're gonna lose out 10 times out of 10 because someone doesn't want to give up their position that's been there for
Oh.
decades. Or it's like just a policy. It's like for the military, like, why do we spend so much? Why do we have so much on fucking spending? And it's like, well, if I have my buddy on who's in the military, he can talk to you about like because he had to do all those supply requisition forms and stuff, and it's all about like they have a budget that they have to stick to, and quotas, and if they fall below a certain thing, that they're going to cut the budget, and they don't want to do so. Like there would be times where it's like you don't leave the base today to go home. You don't go home until you figure out how to spend every last dime on this fucking budget. And he's like, fuck. And like that's how it is. It's like, why are we spending so much? It's like we don't have to, but if we don't spend it, they get rid of it. And then it's like
Well, I mean, we can talk about military spending another time, but I hear what you're saying.
I'm not saying that's right either, but I'm saying like
No,
there are
I
a
feel
lot of
you.
things that just because they bend and break the rules everywhere they fucking go because it's the fucking system. They can do what the fuck they want. Like every time they
Truly.
do shit like that, it fucks it up down somewhere down the line, and we're not addressing it. And so,
Oh,
and
no,
that's
I
the thing
understand.
that I think that some conspiracy theories can be easily solved by just talking about like, oh well, here's the underlying issue that's causing all the root of all this.
Right, like with the guy with the stoplight. I feel like if he would have went about it a different way, it could have been better for everyone. And now he's
Or
like,
no, or just if the policies weren't like doing the thing where they had to do, you know what I mean? Like the policies, I'm saying, is what fucked up the whole thing to begin with. Kind of like how
right,
when we had that discussion the other day about someone stopping a mass shooting, and it's like I saw it as a victory, you saw it as still a defeat, and I was like, what the fuck? I couldn't wrap my head around that. But you said something where it was like, okay, like the problem is like it shouldn't have happened from the start, like, and
right.
that's a valuable, like I was able to say, okay, like I could get behind that, like
So the traffic lights shouldn't have been fucked up from the beginning. You're right about
exactly,
that.
and that's the
You're right
reason,
about
you know
that.
what I mean, and that's the whole part. Like his problem going about it, it's like we're still judging what he did to the situation versus, but the situation should have been like that from the start.
You're right about that. Yeah, I agree with you on that. It never should have. Whoever built those fucking lights or programmed those fucking lights to do that shit,
And then allowed the
they
news
are
station
definitely
to be
criminals.
involved for the fucking supplying the internet to the lights and all this shit like that
Right.
for
Those are
like
definitely
all
criminals
that
for sure.
corporate government
Right.
fucking eyes wide
Incestuous.
shut
Fucking yeah.
fucking photo up the ass bullshit. Yeah, like that's all that
Yeah.
fucking thing is, man.
Yeah.
That's
That's the system, bro. You're right about that for sure. All right. So yeah,
conspiracies,
that's
right?
our little community dive for conspiracies. Yes, that's
Which I
pretty
guess
good.
kind of bleeds into the next topic of we did the game, and then
We did the
now it's
game.
what? Now it's what the
Now,
story,
now we have to pick that one story. What is that
which
one story that?
I could. I mean, the story of me not knowing what fucking story I got. Oh, just go. I'm gonna fucking pull one out of my ass. You just fucking start.
You gonna pull one out of your ass? All right.
I got one right now.
You're not gonna like this, but
Okay.
that one story that everyone's talking about right now
Hmm.
is it's the thing that's on the news every goddamn day is the fucking election, the stolen election,
Okay.
the fucking. I mean, I guess that's also kind of a conspiracy, isn't it? Like, if you think about it, um,
Isn't it
the
weird
go
how if you the more you think about life these days, the more it's like there are more conspiracies than realities.
for some people that's true. Yeah, for some people, I try to live in reality. Okay, like I don't want to live in conspiracy land. That terrifies me. I would like to know what the fuck is going on. I don't want to be, you know, walking through fucking shadows, trying to, never being able to trust anything I see. I don't want to live with that level of paranoia. But yeah, my one story is the story of the election being stolen. That's on everyone's mind. It's what everyone's talking about in politics right now. It's it's a big deal. I've been following it. I don't know if you've been following it. I've been following it pretty closely, just trying to wrap my head around the hearings and the meetings and the phone calls and you know, how they're trying to track and figure out everything that fucking happened on the day of, the day after, the day before. Just trying to build a narrative. It's a fucking nightmare, dog. Like I think the part of the story I want to focus on is how difficult it has been. Like trying to get to the truth has taken years, which is insane when we all saw what happened play out in real time. Like it's nuts to think that it would take them years to be like, "Oh, that's what happened." It's like, "Bitch, we watched it on TV the day it happened. What are you talking about?" We had the phone calls the day that they happened. Like, what the fuck is going on? What is taking so long? Like, what? I don't understand. I mean, I know the legal process is supposed to be slow intentionally so that we don't have like these kind of like riding people out on a rail kind of situations where you just, guilty until proven innocent type shit. Like, I get that, but this seems like it's taking a while, and I'm not sure why. Are you following it? Do you know anything about it? What do you think about it? Is kind of what I want to know.
Well, I hate to keep beating a dead horse here, but due to my previous mental state of depression, every time I thought about politics, I would want to kill myself. So
Well,
I stopped looking at politics and
you
everything.
checked out.
Yeah,
You
I did.
checked out.
I was like I said,
Okay.
I was ready to become a mountain man. I was ready. So I'm looking more into it now. And
Hmm.
I'm kind of just putting my own sort of like looking at it through just I'm an alien. It's just common sense. Like I'm not looking at it through any party affiliation.
Right.
Because when you look at it, when you got one side, as like as your team, you're gonna like make excuses for their bullshit. I'm not doing that. Like
Well,
both
I'm
sides are
not
human.
looking at.
Equal lefts and equal rights, baby.
I'm definitely not looking at it as a team kind of thing. I'm looking at it as a legal thing. Like how there's
Well,
just
how
been
legal
so
can you
many
look at it when they control the law?
Well, that's what I want to know. Does the law apply to them or does it not apply to them? Like, is it?
Clearly, it doesn't.
Well, I mean, in this instance, it seems like it's hard for them to figure out how they're trying to apply the law and which laws apply to what and who's guilty of what and who did what and who they're like they want to take it all the way to the top, but they also want to try to catch anybody in lies and you know it's it's just a fucking nightmare, dog. Like I really wish they would just turn the page on this and be like, fuck everybody that fucked around and made this happen, and let's just move on, type of shit. Because it's been so long. It's been way too fucking long, and I'm not gonna say I'm starting to get bored of it, but I need the closure. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm ready for the last chapter of the fucking book, type of shit.
But do we ever really see the closure? Like Epstein didn't kill himself. Never saw no closure there. We were all kind of just like, okay,
He's
whatever.
What you mean? How much more closure can you get than dead? I mean, what you gonna do? Dig him up, reanimate him, and be like, "What did you do?" It's over. Like, one way or the other, it's over. Like,
Oh no, I just mean from what I heard about all that bullshit with all the evidence and the lack of evidence and the convenient timings and just how from people who the camps that I was surrounding myself with at the time, from what I heard, it was all about like they didn't even try to cover it up. Like this was all just
mm,
like we straight up ended his life. What
they
are you gonna
did.
do about it? Absolutely nothing.
Well,
And
what
then,
could they have done about it?
well, and that's the
Like,
thing. Everyone's like, okay, shit. Like
what can you do about? Honestly, like, how do you protect someone who's
that
already
was
in
that was
jail
like the first time in life where I kind of was like, okay, like we all just
for
kind
being
of
run by criminals?
we saw it and we all just looked the other way, like as a whole. For the first time, we all just said none of my business, even though it is the business of everybody because they're the people that we fucking put in control. But still, like I don't know.
That's a tough one though, because again, the man was in jail. They're talking to him, trying to figure shit out, and he quote unquote what hangs himself in his own cell with no one around.
With the
Uh,
cameras out and the all, what I mean, with
yeah,
all
like,
every excuse under the sun, and it's like, yeah, they didn't even
right,
try. Mabel,
yeah.
give me that. Knock it off. Give me.
Oh man, this feels like a conspiratorial type of episode now. Like, I mean, we're just talking
That
about
damn
some,
dies. Whatever. Fuck it. I don't care.
but yeah, that's my story. Is the election investigation and everything going on with the hearings and all that shit. Like, I mean, I don't. I mean, I know we're solution oriented here, and like I said, I wish they would just turn the page. That's my solution: is just just move on. Like, you're not gonna put anybody in jail. Just move on. Like, please.
Stop talking
It's
about it already.
Yeah. I mean, just either give us the closure or shut the fuck up about it. Cause
Shit, or
man,
get off the pot. I get you.
pretty much that's how I'm feeling about the shit. So that's my story. Have you found one for yourself yet?
Yeah. Does that have to be recent? Could it or just be like a story
No,
that
no.
made?
This is that one story, dude. The one that captured you, the one you're thinking about, the one that you want to share, the one, it's
All right.
just.
So I heard about it recently, and this is what kind of like gave me a little bit of hope. Like
Mhm.
one of the things, it was one of the many fucking dominoes that got knocked over to the point where I'm at now. Harvey Weinstein. We
Harvey
all know that.
Weinstein.
We all know that motherfucker.
He's the Me Too movement
Yep.
guy. Okay,
You
yes,
want
Harvey
this movie
Weinstein.
part? You want this dick? Like that was his whole get up.
Oh boy.
I heard recently. I don't know how long ago it was actually confirmed. It was just like I mean, probably a podcast had it on or something like that. But I heard it and it kind of helped me see the light that I thought was just so like I mean like kind of like that karma that one of the times that karma actually did come around and like give someone their comeuppance. I actually saw it
Hmm.
and it was his dick's fucking falling off, bro.
I'm sorry. What?
His dick is rotting off of his body.
Disgusting. Why? How?
He's
Wait a minute.
got he's got like the worst ever dick fucking shit going on to him, and it's
What does he
beautiful.
have? Like every STD imaginable? I mean, what's going on here? Did they
Like
chemically castrate him? I mean, what the fuck?
bro, he did it to himself. I guess he had like erectile dysfunction shit going on, and fucking he was injecting fucking with a needle. He was injecting type of like super steroids into like his dick to like get it to work.
Holy
And I guess
shit.
like over time he fucked up, like used a dirty needle or something like that, and like and he got a fucking horrible bacteria virus. Like
Oh
I don't
my
even want to
god.
tell you to Google it, because if you Google it you might puke. Like,
I'm
and
gonna have to Google it
and
now.
I thought about it and I was like, wow, like that's fucking amazing that he
Look at
fucking
this.
lived his life by the dick, and it's getting stricken from him in such a way, and I'm like, fucking good. Can you knock it off? I'm recording.
Wait,
I'm recording. Give me this.
right,
I'm
that's the
recording.
puppy.
Okay, play.
Wait.
We're not
First of
professional.
all, we're not shut up. We're professionals, okay? We're professionally learning. That's what
Did
we're
you
doing.
see the episode title?
So first of all, Harvey Weinstein is dead, right?
I hope so, or I hope so soon. I think he's still alive.
I'm pretty sure he died.
Good.
Okay, so at the end of his life, his dick started falling off. That's crazy.
Did he die? Really? That's great. That's fucking fantastic news for like so many people.
Introduce the damn dog, okay? The puppy wants attention. Let's give the world what they want. They want to know what the dog is now. I know they do.
Oh,
We got to take a tangent here from our thing. We got to talk about the puppy.
Okay. Mabel. She is a 1 year and 1 month old pit bull. Blue nose. She is very spoiled, and yeah, she loves her squeaky toys. She's got her llama. It was a unicorn llama. She has since though fucked up the horn, so it's just a regular llama, but it's blue. And you need to knock it off. Daddy's recording. Is it like getting in? Like, is it really obtrusive?
No, look, it is what it is, bro. We're here. We're doing the show. It's live. It's too late now. Like, it's fine.
Yep, we're keeping it.
I mean, look, if you want to edit it out later, go for it.
Nope, this is us, ladies and gentlemen. This is us.
Exactly. This is the shit that we're living through. So, welcome to our lives. We welcome you all. We hope you appreciate the content. So, all right. Yeah, I didn't know that shit about Harvey Weinstein, but I'm pretty sure he's fucking dead now.
I gotta look it up. Look it up. All right, Harvey. Nah, he's still alive, bro.
What? How?
Yeah, he's still alive.
How? Alive. Wait a minute. How are we getting two different?
Harvey Weinstein, yeah, born in 1952, still alive.
What the fuck, bro? This can't be happening to us right now. I'm not.
Yes, it
I'm not
can.
okay with it.
Yes, it
No,
can.
I'm not okay with this. How can we? No, we cannot. What? We cannot be looking at this. Okay, we cannot be looking at two. We can't be looking at the same person, and I think he's dead, and you think he's alive.
Yeah, we can. All right. Yeah, here's a news article from 2020. Harvey Weinstein's shocking deformity, convicted rapist suffered from acute. What is it? The truth behind Harvey Weinstein's shocking deformity is laid bare as it's revealed the convicted rapist suffered from an acute infection of the genital region known as Fournier's gangrene.
Oh, his dick got gangrene?
Fournier's gangrene is what it got.
Oh my god. It just really rotted off of his whole body. Why does this fucking thing think he's dead?
What are you looking it up on?
Bing.
First off, you're using Bing. The fact that you thought about it. How am I going to answer this question? Am I going to actually say the truth? I'm using fucking Bing.
Oh god, I'm sorry. Okay, I didn't fucking know. What am I looking at? Oh shit, hold on.
Can you use Google? Can you fucking
Fuck.
join the mainstream and just use Google? Jesus fucking Christ. I'm using Chrome right now. I don't know what the fuck web browser you're using.
It's fucking Edge, and you're using
Edge?
Bing. Yes.
Isn't that like Internet
Look.
Explorer?
Shut the fuck up. Yes, it is. It is the
What
upgrade.
the
Okay.
fuck? Didn't they just shoot that in the head like fucking like last year or something?
No.
Weren't they like, yeah, we ain't doing Internet Explorer no more, like we're fucking pulling the plug. And it was like finally and then fucking died. Like, didn't that happen like kinda
What the
recently?
fuck?
But yeah,
Wait a
Harvey
minute.
Weinstein
Oh,
as a fucking he's a rotted dick, he's alive.
I'm just looking at the first page of Bing right now,
Again,
and
that's
then
the problem. You're using fucking big people
shut up, shut
in the
up. I'm
comments
looking.
or
Fine,
wherever you're gonna be able to
fine.
post your
It's
feedback.
in the
We're gonna
New
give you
York
all the
Times.
information.
Okay. Wait.
Yeah, but that's Bing New
Oh,
York
this is.
Times. You really gonna trust Bing New York Times?
Wait a
Bing New
minute. Why
York
did they
Times.
do this,
Fucking all the news articles are
dude?
generated by the ghost of Bing fucking Crosby. That's why they
Hold
fucking
on,
call
hold
it
on.
Bing. That's all
Can I
wrong.
just throw this
That is
out
all
here?
wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, throw it
This
out there.
is a horrible thing right now. Okay,
What?
because on
The
Bing, keep in
information
mind,
discrepancy that's going on?
yeah, they straight up lied. Okay, listen, I typed in Harvey Weinstein. The first, like, because you know how they auto fill in like the rest of the sentence.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the first thing that came up was Harvey Weinstein died. So I put enter. Okay, now what comes up is a picture of Harvey Weinstein, American film producer. They got a picture of him up here. They show who he is. There's multiple photographs of him looking sad. The first two articles come up say Harvey Weinstein died on May 13th. Died on May 13th. But they're talking about Harvey Weinstein, the former Tuxedo Company executive.
Jesus fucking Christ, that's why.
Dude, how bad is that though? Like, if I just wanted to be like, oh shit, he's dead, and I would have just clicked away. Like, honestly, I
No,
really
it's
would have just
Cetty.
clicked away.
It's called just reading. That's all it was. You just had
No,
to type
fuck
something.
that, dude. This is worse than reading. If I send you a picture of my screen
First,
right now,
first off, no wonder why you got that result because you're using Bing. All right,
okay,
could we all just
fine.
address that as number
I will
one? The
acknowledge
reason
that
why
Bing
you
is
got
shit
that.
at this point because they really
Okay,
led me astray on this
like the first thing you got to think of is the fucking guy with the dick disease. Like, how the fuck
one.
did you not like?
Okay,
Come on,
but how
just
could they
the
get it
fact
so
that you
wrong?
didn't even like go to Wikipedia confirm it. Like,
I did go to Wikipedia. That's why I said, how are we getting two different things of different information?
did you? Yeah, did you not look at? There's like usually a picture. Usually has
Yes,
like
I'm telling
usually
you,
the
the
date.
picture of
Usually the
him.
dates of like the years like kind of
Right.
coincide.
That's why I said, why am I getting two different things of information? Because I did go to Wikipedia and it was there that he was alive. So I'm just like, why are they telling me he's dead here?
I think we all learned an important lesson here today, folks, which is
I really
Bing
think so
cannot be
too.
used.
I don't
If
think we
you
should
are
use Bing.
if you are a professional, do not use Bing anymore. Like, please do not.
I'm sorry,
Like,
Microsoft,
go
but you
out.
let me down, bro. Like, what the fuck
You're
happened? Bill
using
Gates,
Bing and Microsoft Edge. It's like you were asking, could I
I
get
was
some fucking
asking to be
toddler?
misinformed.
Can I get some fucking toddler to shit out some product and give it to me and tell me it's the news? Like,
Oh
can you give me
no.
that,
Like,
please?
I
That's what
had
you were
no
asking.
idea they
You were
were going to
asking
do
for it.
this to me.
You were fucking asking for it. I'm sorry to tell
Bro,
you.
I had no idea there. And this is in the New York Times. Like, it's deceptive because obviously they have the same name. I get that, okay? But again, his photograph is all over this page like it's him, but it's not him. And they just highlight the date, they highlight the name, they highlight the headline, and there's pictures of him everywhere. So in your mind, in a quick glance, you know, in a quick 2 second search to see if he died, they're like, yeah, he did. Whatever.
Maybe that's just because I have a background in history and I always know to like never trust the first couple sources. Like just keep reading. Read multiple times. Kind of gets confirmation. Like go to a bunch of things. Like fucking
No,
so that's
I like I said, the reason I clicked on Wikipedia was because I couldn't believe. that we were getting two different sources, so I had to go to Wikipedia. Like, this seems bad. And yes, he's still alive. All right, that was my bad. But goddamn, why would they put this up here like this was him?
Cause it's
Anyway,
Bing
so
on
I
Microsoft Edge.
guess
I
so.
fucking said it a bajillion times. You don't gotta keep beating this dead fucking horse.
All right, you're right. So anyway, your story is Harvey Weinstein's dick fell off,
Yeah, and it
which
gave me
is
hope. Fucking hell yeah.
pretty funny,
Karma
pretty
exists. I'm
hilarious.
happy. Like that was like
Jesus Christ.
it brightened my day hearing that news.
Gangrene of the dick. I mean, gangrene, that's just rot. I mean, that's just corpse
Yeah,
rot. That's all
yeah,
it is.
yeah, and I love it.
His dick fell off.
Yeah, good, good, fucking good. Like that's like
Poetic justice,
yeah,
karma.
man. Like that's you gotta see the irony. Like
I mean, that's
it's
more than
amazing.
ironic.
It's
That's fucking
amazing.
crazy.
I love it. Like it's so much hope was spread in that message just right then.
All right, well, shit.
Folks,
That's pretty
I'm
good.
not trying to like get joy out of someone else's pain. But in this case, I'm getting all the joy out of his
Well,
pain. Like it's just
Harvey Weinstein was kind of a dick. I mean, there's no denying that.
yeah, and now it gets to rot off.
All right, bro. Um, we are coming close to the end here.
Okay.
We've been recording for. Our goal is to do 1 hour 30, because that was the time we wanted
Oh,
to
you little shit, you found it. She found it. She found the squeaky.
set. Your goal is to do 1 hour 30. We're coming up on 1:15 here. So that was our one story. We each came up with one story, and
I think we got it. Fuck it.
yeah,
It's 2 hours. Fuck it. We don't care.
okay.
Yeah,
I
we're
mean, I guess if
trying
you
for
want,
130, but if we hit two, we hit two. People like long form stuff these days. At least I do. I'm a fucking glutton for that shit.
all right. Well,
So like,
we
if it's
should
a 2 hour
still move
thing, and
on.
then like, yeah. Roll the dice, bitches.
That's the dice. Yep.
I think we already got 12. I already rolled 12. 13. Did we get 13 again? Or not?
Oh, this is gonna be. You're gonna love this.
Uh-oh.
13 is random history.
Ah, okay.
Random history.
Random
let's go.
history. Let's see. A favorite fun fact of mine is let's see, historical fun facts. Well, I love presidents, so I'll just state that right now. And one thing, talk about that podcast I was listening to earlier. It was a Shane Gillis podcast, and he had Louis C.K. on. They were talking about presidents. One president that they were talking about was Andrew Jackson, and yes, he was a duelist, and they left out one of his most famous dueling stories. So Andrew Jackson, he's on the $20 bill. He was essentially like America's first Trump. Like he dueled people. Like
Is that how you see him?
pissed.
America's first Trump?
He kind of was. He kind of was.
Sure.
Like, if you look at him for perspective of him going through, he believed some crazy shit, and the first people's president. The first president attempted assassination was actually on Andrew Jackson, and Andrew Jackson beat the fuck out of the guy who did it. So that's another story that I'll tell another time. But the story because I want to tell is his dueling story of when he was going against Charles Dickens, and so Andrew Jackson hated this fucking guy, and he was like, "All right, pussy, I'll give you the first fucking shot." And so, in a duel with pistols, he was like, "You can shoot first, bitch. What you gonna do about it?" Because normally, like, people would like fire their gun in the air and say, "I'm not doing it like this." Like, because if it got to that point, historically, it would be like, "All right, we've gone too far." Like, it was just like, I said this stuff, but we're not actually gonna do. We're just gonna do the gentlemanly thing. We're gonna fire in the air and we're gonna call it quits. But no, but the guy shot him in the chest. Andrew Jackson took it like a champ. Took a bullet to the chest and just went, "Nice shot, pussy." Leveled his fucking flintlock and blew Charles Dickens, not the Tale of Two Cities Charles Dickens, different Charles Dickens.
Right.
He blew that dude's dick clean off.
Wow.
And
that's insane.
Another fun fact to add on to that fun fact. I went to Andrew Jackson's house when I was traveling around the country, and I was in Nashville, Tennessee. I went to Andrew Jackson's estate. I got to go to the place to take a tour. I was giving people like the background information and stuff during the tour, and no one had mentioned anything about the duel, but in the cafeteria on the menu they have the Dickens dog.
No.
So I saw that and I went, "Oh my god!" So that is your fun fact for our first
Dude,
episode.
that is fucking hilarious.
The Dickens
So at least the
dog.
people had a sense of humor at the place. That's cool to know.
Yep.
I mean,
So
that's a
I
fun
appreciate
little
it.
thing.
Yep.
And they really
So
just didn't mention it at all. So it was like an inside
and
joke for people who
yeah,
knew.
no one talked about it at all on the tour
I
and
love
stuff. It
it.
was just
I
it was
love
me
it.
being I was saying the shit to everybody, and I was wondering. And then I looked at the cafeteria, Dickens dog. I was like, "You son of a bitch!"
Dude, that's
Brilliant.
great.
It was brilliant.
That is fucking amazing. So yeah, that's pretty cool, bro. I like that.
Do you have a
A nice
historical
little story out of
random
it.
fact? Do you have anything?
Um, I am not a history buff at all, but I have the internet, and I can find something. So today is the 30th, and apparently, if you go back and look at July 30th, it's a day where many things happened, and so I'm just gonna go back and try to find something that
Hold on.
happened,
I'm giving you a story about genitals being blown off in a duel, and
and
you're
I'm
going
gonna
up
give
with
you
a random history fact of the day.
a random history fact of the day.
Uh,
So this day in history.
maybe I should be responsible for this section.
What you mean? Fuck you. We're doing it together. All right. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
I'm fucking with you, bro. You know I love you.
All right. So apparently, I didn't know this. Did you know this? I'm sure you don't know this. Who knows these things? I don't know how people know this shit. Fuck, I can't even do a goddamn internet search to see if Harvey Weinstein still has his dick, for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
Okay, so
we gotta trust to see. Like, can you tell me that you're using a different source? Like,
I am. Okay, this is
okay,
different.
thank fucking god. All right.
But they said today in history, U.S. President Lyndon B. Johnson signed the amendments to the Social Security Act that established Medicare and Medicaid, and I think that's a lovely thing.
Lyndon B. Johnson, also a monster.
Was he?
Huge monster. Like, if we're talking about the Me Too movement, like, he deserves some Harvey Weinstein shit. Like,
Oh,
he worshipped his dick, called it Jumbo. He would
what?
fucking invite people into like meetings, and he would have them like while he was taking a shit in like the bathrooms of the White House. He would like kick the door open. He'd be like, "All right, we're having this meeting. What are you talking about? Just
Oh God!
dick in full sight. Like, what are we doing?"
Oh no!
Yeah,
Hilarious.
he was so fucking jealous of Kennedy's reputation being a puss hound. He was like, "I gotta even be a harder one." So he's fucking every secretary, every skirt that walked to the White House. He was fucking his hand was up it and trying to get in there. So yeah, he was a fucking madman, Lyndon B. Johnson.
That, and
Lyndon Baines Johnson.
he also signed the Social Security Act today, which established
Yep, Social
Medicare and Medicaid.
Security and a dick named Jumbo.
But I kind of want to focus on not his dick. I'm not really interested in his dick.
Man, I
I'm
have
more interested
two
in.
dick-related presidential stories. Like, come on now. Like,
I believe you have more than two. I just have that in my head somehow that there's a lot of dick facts that you just have, period, presidential or not. So that's something that you probably have up your sleeves, I'm guessing.
I'm a vault of useless knowledge.
A vault of dick knowledge, yes, I know. But no, I just want to touch on that because, Social Security, how it was then, how it is now, how it kind of evolved, Medicaid, Medicare, what it is now, how it evolved. I mean, I don't think, I don't know. It's a historical fact that it was created, but where it is now is kind of sad because it's underfunded and people need it. And,
Well, it was a
that's
system that
part of
was
the.
implemented with the best of intentions that just got hijacked over time, and people figured out how to hack it, and then they relied, and that was it. And they fucked up the system, and then they abandoned it.
Yeah, again, back to the system, like kind of thing. Like, yeah, it's one of those things that just became abused and neglected and twisted, and it's not where it should be or where it could be. You know, it's something we're always fighting over now. Should we fund it? Should we increase it? Should we decrease it? Should we get rid of it? You know, it's become a political football where people are kind of holding our elderly hostage, you know, holding their meds hostage to try to get votes and shit. And yeah, I don't think that's how we intended it to be used at first. I think it was meant to be something good, but you know, a lot of shit gets twisted over time, and we gotta try to figure out how to. You know, I don't have any. I mean, honestly, I don't know enough about Medicare and Medicaid to think of solutions, but you know, I always default to helping the most amount of people. You know, I'm a harm reduction kind of guy. I don't want to see people not getting their medication. I don't want to see people, you know, just getting screwed by the system. Basically, I hate seeing that shit. So, you know, it's kind of a here's a historical fact, but be better type of shit. Like
And
we,
in time, it will. We just gotta essentially, if this could serve as like a suggestion box that like the you don't believe in the company, just puts it in the circular file, aka the garbage, as soon as you fucking fill up the box. Like, if this could serve as like some sort of like community type fucking like suggestion box of people that are in the industries that are failing us right now, if they could like come in and like give us their input because they work in that field, if they could tell us like what they think could make the job better or could make the thing better, I feel like that'd be the most important source of information
yeah.
that we could have. People like
We
that.
should give them. We should tell them. Well, at the end, we'll tell them all of our places that they can contact us. But yeah, we really are open to all kinds of suggestions, and we would love to get feedback and talk about it here and incorporate it into some things that we're doing, like this show, and try to spread, like you said, spread some hope, spread some joy,
What's the harm in it,
and be
right?
more, yeah, be more solution oriented type of shit. So yeah, that's my random history.
Okay. And then that brings us to our final segment of the
Yes, the final
podcast.
segment, which is I wrote down the big idea, but I don't know. I don't know how you want to approach this.
Well, this last part, kind of touches on those the three pillars of the descriptors for the podcast. We talked about the gaming, talked about the
Mm-hmm.
politics, and now we're talking a little bit about the philosophy about like this whole thing. It's like, yeah, folks, like we're just two guys coming at you, just trying to have a good time and talk to you and try to bring about a change in a good way through nonviolence and through encouraging people to find an outlets, find their art, find their medium, find their bullshit. Like figure it out. It's great. Like the world talks to you in so many different ways. You just gotta fucking listen up to it. My depressed ass couldn't fucking figure it out for the longest time, and it's just I finally got around to it. And thanks to friends like you that were able to like always be there to hear me out, and I can always bounce an idea off you and always hear a different perspective. To like the yin and yang symbol, man. Them chinks did it right. Like they fucking
Jesus Christ.
they got the fucking well, what they don't know is whatever. We'll get that later. But yeah, man, like we need to come together. We need to stop thinking that we're islands and we could solve the problem on our own. Like the yin, the yang, the little bit of dark, the good and the evil, and the evil and the good. Those things exist. We could come together. We could stop going through this cyclical cycle of bullshit. We could break the wheel. We could fucking like all the fucking media that's been out there that's kind of just been yelling at us to fucking do something about it, and we haven't. And that's why the fucking world is the way it is because we've been ignoring it, and we got to stop ignoring. We all got to start putting our part. And the last people that they told to do that, they killed. So fucking come at me, baby. Let's fucking do it.
So let me ask you this: you talk about breaking that cycle and doing something about it. You did touch a little bit about how you're recently coming out of something, recently coming out of this kind of depression. And you say that friends like me have helped, but also Harvey Weinstein's dick falling off also helped a little bit.
Yeah, like it came at me from so many different angles that it was kind of just like like I said, the domino effect was happening. All everything was falling to and the picture was starting to reveal itself. You know,
Right. So how are you gonna how do you think, is there some path or advice you can give people right now? You know, I mean, you already said the world is talking to you. You just gotta listen. Like, if someone is struggling with to find their happiness, if someone's struggling to find their bullshit, their thing that they want to do, someone's struggling out there right now. Is there something you can tell them, advice wise, of how to find that, or where to go to get that, or what's the
well,
best place?
it's
What's the best
different
thing?
for everybody. Everyone's got different things that affect them, and there's no blanket solution that's gonna like be everyone's cup of tea. You know, everyone's gonna go through their own. Everyone's got to spend enough time in the toaster before they're ready to come out. You know what I mean? Like it's
Right.
and not just that too. Like I feel like I wasn't like if we were doing this before back in the day, like I wouldn't be ready to do it at to the point that I want to do it now. You know, so it would have been a wasted effort back then. I felt like so like I kind of needed to go through all this shit to come out on the other side. Like you hear all the bullshit tropes of like just keep on at it. You'll get there or whatever like that. And it's in a way it's bullshit because like you got to work your way through it, but at the same time you got to be patient. You know, you got to do a lot of. It's a duality. You know, what I mean, there is no one. You know, you can't listen to one fucking method about it. You got to listen to like one method that can work and one method that can't. You got to fucking take parts from both of them. You know what I mean?
Well,
It
I'm gonna
was
say this.
it was a syncretic method.
I'm gonna say the talking part, the part of just continuously talk. Never give up on approaching people and discussing new things and keeping yourself open to, be receptive to other people and what they're trying to say to you, other ideas, what they're trying to tell you, like that's, I think, for me anyway, understanding is a big part of communication. Like, because people, again, are so used to talking past each other, whether it be about the console war or about politicians or, whatever, religion. When you start getting to these big ideas, you just start spewing, what you've heard and what you know and what you feel, but the understanding isn't there. There's no willingness to say, hey, why do you really believe this, or what do you really actually believe? I want to understand it on the level that you do, and to the digging deep.
I mean, we
Everyone's
touched on it
been.
yesterday, man. Like, it really is like the Matrix. Like, it really is like you're in that system of like you feed into this thing. You think the old way of thinking. This is the way the world works. This is how Don't list. Don't do stuff like that. The market's oversaturated. Don't do that because there's only a finite amount of space. All this old thought is not translating into the new way of life that we got going on, and we're just feeding into that old habit. And so we think, okay, we gotta freaking just go join the workforce. We gotta go be the hard worker slaves, and we gotta, you know, provide and do this and not express ourselves in the way that we want to. So what do? We express ourselves in little ways, like through our social media stuff. And sometimes, if you get the consistency at it, you will eventually break out. It just takes time and pressure, kind of like Shawshank. You know what I mean? Like you got a lot of
Right.
different. You got a lot of different things that are coming together that are like there are so many ways that you could break out of this system now. You just got to be receptive to them, and you gotta like just realize that one, you are indeed trapped in something, and you have to make the choice to get out of it. You kind of you
It's a
gotta
tough
realize
choice.
water's wet. I don't want to be wet anymore. I gotta get out of the pool. And just that choice, like I was able to say that to other people before, but I was nowhere near ready. I couldn't even see. I couldn't even tell I was wet because like I was living with that fucking cloud over my life for so fucking long. I couldn't tell like if I was good or not. So I was like, shit, I don't know what to do. It's hopeless. So I lived a hopeless like existence. I looked and I was like, all right, well, I woke up every morning and I went to my work because I had to keep the bills going. That was my purpose. I had these fucking menial purposes. I didn't have a higher purpose. I didn't give myself a higher
Huh.
purpose because I didn't think I was worthy of it. I was fucking depressed. I was like, I'm not fucking worthy of this bullshit. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I can't do this and that. So I put myself in that fucking system. And then I finally started realizing that no, I actually do have a purpose now. I have a fucking sense of self. I have a fucking sense of worth. I can fucking contribute in a way. Doesn't matter if it doesn't mean anything right now. Like it just matters. Like the secret is just time and pressure. And so like we got time. Like I'm not doing anything crazy. I got these days off that are gonna make the schedule like kind of work out for recording. And pressure. I'm just gonna keep at it and just keep being consistent. Just keep hitting them marks. And eventually, people will show up here and they'll be like, "Oh, look at this! This is something new.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that's the hope, man.
Who the fuck knows?
That's the hope.
It's something."
But putting it out there, not being worried about what's gonna happen, just putting it out there.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to profit off this. I'm not trying to fucking like. I don't care if I don't see a dime. I mean, like, I would like to raise money for good causes and shit, do something like this, but like, for when it comes to me, like, I think that's what kind of I needed to go through a thing. I was too selfish before. I needed to finally have a selfless mindset before I was able to go about it. Because,
Right.
like, I said, this is all everything that I do with this. Any money that might come from if we make this a business, like, will go strictly to either projects that will go into helping out like good causes, not like type of shit we're gonna spend the money on fucking celebrity endorsements and bull. Like, no, we're there's gonna be some transparency. You're gonna see where it's going, and I just I believe in that. It's important.
Which is great, man. I mean, I believe in that shit too. That's why.
We gotta change the culture. We gotta change the. We gotta show the old heads that there's a new way of doing business, and it ain't a
Hmm.
fucking bad way. Just because it doesn't, just because it's not the min max profitable break the system type shit, doesn't mean it ain't valid.
There's a way to do good and help everyone instead of just doing enough and then like making your billions and running to a mansion or an island.
Right, which is
And
kind of like where our talks with you know between us like helped me get so I want to talk about your thing
my thing.
because you definitely got this vision that I definitely wouldn't be here without you at this point. This vision is definitely one of the things that another one of the dominoes that helped. Like your
Okay.
vision, Harvey Weinstein's dick, a bunch of fucking things were pointing me in the direction of like, look at the light, it's beautiful.
Right.
So
Yeah,
yeah, let's hear this shit, bro. Like
we can talk about my thing a little bit.
because if we're gonna start gaining traction, let's give people a cause to believe in and start bringing in the fucking professionals from the get go, right?
Right. So first, I want to just touch on the whole like charitable thing. We already said earlier that we want people to send us um, suggestions. We want this to be like a suggestion box, but that includes suggesting, organizations that are doing good and that are, trying to help people. I'm very open to, shouting out people that are doing good in the world. I'm not opposed to that. So also throw that into that suggestion box as well. Um, and also throw in any questions you have into that box as well. And, if you have suggestions for topics you want us to talk about that will go on the community dive, throw that in there as well. We'll probably have like, we'll shoot the email out, which is gvs.cast@gmail.com. Just shoot us some suggestions and stuff there, and we'll definitely take a look at it and try to turn this into a community. So that's the first part. I want to just throw that out there, and then what I'm working on is this is gamers versus the system. So I'm trying to make a game. I started a game studio, and I'm in the process of talking to some investors to try to bring something to market that focuses on, you know, kind of getting around the system, getting around the system and helping people and forming a community in a different kind of way that I've seen. I've never seen anyone try to do something like this. So I think it's I think it's gonna bring about a lot of changes in our society, especially with regards to finance and our economy. I think that that's where it's gonna have the biggest impact in the long run. But yeah, what did you specifically want me to talk about it?
I mean, just that whole thing that you're the explain to the people, Seti. Like, come on, man. Like, you're holding back on us.
What you mean? What you want me to
You're
just
you're
do?
giving you're giving us the short strokes. You're not giving us the full pump.
Oh, Jesus
You're giving us
Christ!
the short little. You're just teasing us, brother. Like,
Well, I mean,
you changed my life because you explained to me that there's a way out.
well, yeah. In my mind, I do see it as a solution to a lot of the problems that are going on in the world. I don't
Well,
pretend
I'm
to
taking
know
my dog
everything.
out. You need to fucking stall these people. All right, I'm taking
Oh,
my
all
dog out. Sorry,
right.
folks. Fucking human errors for this whole system. But
Well,
like I said, Seti, tap dance. Talk to him about the thing. Like, it's beautiful, man.
all
And
right.
I'm telling you,
I'll
this
do
is
my
not some
best.
bullshit. This is, folks. He's gonna fucking rock your world.
What a setup! Holy crap!
No pressure or anything.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, I guess I'll explain the entire rip. The game I'm trying to create is, and I'm sure that people are gonna have a lot of questions, but it is a mobile app. It is casino. It's a casino. It's a social game. If you're familiar with games like Second Life, Habbo Hotel, IMVU, maybe if you're an old head, you remember Gaia Online, or these games where you come in, you make a character, and you're in a social space. You can dress them in different clothes. You can um, walk around and interact with other avatars by chatting with people. Um, and yeah, the idea is to create a community game, a community game where people can come together and interact in a social space. And the space that they'll be interacting in is a casino. Now, I know a lot of people are already thinking like, oh, okay, this dude is, he's trying to get our money, but that's that's just kind of like where the theme of the game works best. Um, because of some of the elements in the game. So you make your character, you step into this social casino, and at the heart of the casino is a game. Now this game is not blackjack. It's not roulette. It's not um, you know poker. This is a different kind of game where it's played with 10 people, and everyone sits down at a table, and it's a mobile game, so there is a currency that you get when you log in. You get a small amount of the currency, and you come in, you sit down at one of these tables after you make a character. 10 people play, and everybody puts down 1 coin, and you basically play spin the bottle. Everybody agrees to spin. Boom. The, the spinner goes around, and one person is chosen to win 10 coins. This is a very simple game. It's a simple and fun game. You see the odds, it's fair. There's no, it's not like a normal casino. It's a much more fair situation. Um, and so yeah, that's the 1 coin tables. And there are also 2 coin tables where 10 people sit down at these tables and they put down 2 coins. And once everybody agrees to spin, boom, the spinner goes around, and 2 people are chosen to win 10 coins. Um, and it's always 2 different people. It's never going to land on the same person twice. And, in this, and it goes all the way up to 9 coins. So in this way, you can see the odds. It's fair, um, and it's something fun to do with your friends while when you get bored of just sitting around and talking. Everyone can kind of go to the tables and you know have fun. That's the goal, is really to have fun. But the trick comes. Here's the first kind of slap in the face is, instead of an account locked in-game currency, because we're all gamers, we're all used to playing with in-game currency. Instead of using an account locked in-game currency, the game will use a cryptocurrency. No, we're not going to be using someone else's crypto. We'll have our own proprietary coin that we make. It's not going to have any bells and whistles. It's a safe coin. It's not, it doesn't have any trickery for holding or, doing kind of different things. It's just a very basic, easy coin to understand. It's simple. It's flat. There's no tricks to it. And yeah, so when you win coins, you can use those coins in the game to either buy digital items for your avatar, like hats, shoes, pants, or if you accrue enough of them, you can use them to buy, the little knick-knack things that we're going to sell in our store, like hats, mugs, t-shirts, backpacks, hoodies. We're going to have the usual kind of like YouTuber store type of stuff in uh, in our store. So digital items and real world items can be redeemed for the coin. Now here's the next kind of domino that we have to hit is all crypto coins will be able to be used in the game. So whether you are using my proprietary coin, which we're calling Apex, the name of the studio that I created is Apex Games. The coin that we're going to be using is called Apex.
Not to be confused with Apex Legends.
Which is, I don't know how that could ever happen, but people keep telling me that it could. But yeah, so the next kind of domino is any crypto can be used at the tables. So that means whether you have Dogecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, you know, whatever coin exists out there in the world, it will be able to be used on the tables. So, you're going to have to do a little passwording. You're going to have to hook your crypto wallet up to the game, and we'll be able to see what's in it, transfer in and out of it. And yeah, the table can be used with any public coin. And that's going to be kind of a drastic kind of game changer because, right now there aren't a lot of ways to use cryptocurrency.
And you
A
didn't
few
even get to the
ways.
point where they're gonna come yet. Like fucking wait, just you fucking wait, folks.
What you mean? What point is that? You tell me. You let me know because I'm just explaining it.
Yeah,
I
keep
mean,
going. You're getting there.
yeah. So you use these tables. You play in this game, and the goal is to get people to, like, outside of the game. Is the goal is to create opportunities for people to earn outside of the game as well. So we want to reward people for recycling, producing renewable energy, getting good grades in school. Like, I hope to expand how people earn the coins, not just by logging in every day, not just by purchasing the coins, but real actions that you take in the real world that have a benefit in the world will net you coins as well. So yeah, that's kind of that's kind of the basic idea. I mean, there's a much longer, much bigger long term goal after this first project. Like, we want to make more games that use the same currency to try to grow, the value of our coin by making it more usable in more places. And yeah, we hope that we can kind of have this one to one, this place where coins just have a single coin is just worth one coin only. So it doesn't matter how much it's worth outside of the game. If you put one Bitcoin on the table, it's equal in value to one Apex, or it's equal in value to one Ethereum, or equal in value to one Doge. So it kind of puts a bottom on the crypto economy. And that it's a way to equalize some of the wild fluctuations. And it's also a way so that people don't fall into debt ever, because there's always somewhere you can come and earn tokens in the game. So yeah, I'm trying to create this kind of like value exchanging game, coin exchanging game. And yeah, that's the baseline of it. I mean, what else did you want me to talk about from the game though? Like,
I mean, just the concept of like you're reverse engineering what essentially is like the hacking bullshit way that the system is making money now
that's
through
true.
how it is. Like you were saying, like I was trying to poke holes in it, but like how could this be used for evil? And you're like, bro, the way that it's being used now.
Right.
So we
Um.
think. So we think right now. If you could poke holes in this and see something that we don't see, please feel free.
Right. I want to hear
gvs.cast
it.
at gmail.com. You know what I mean? Like fucking send us the feedback for sure.
Right. I
But
think like
but you're
yeah.
but you wanna reverse engineer the system to make it where how it should be by essentially turning the world into a big Dave and Buster's.
I mean, that would be nice. The hope is to create a new kind of economy.
Yeah, and I'm like, and people are like, well, what the fuck are you gonna? Everyone's gonna come at this. It's like, well, have you thought of anything that's better?
Hmm.
I haven't heard nothing yet, folks. So maybe you might want to, or like I said, there's people out there all over the globe. We are not alone in this fight. Thinking that we're alone in this fight is a fool's errand. We're not. We're just one of the many lighters that are going up that could hopefully like shed a light. Because they turned out the stadium lights. We got to use our own light now. So fucking
True.
let us be one of the lighters. That are out there and fucking start connecting us, folks. Like, if you know other fucking projects, podcasts, anything that's similar to what we're doing, like let's try to get us all. Let's join. Let's make an army, but this kind of army, a good army,
Right.
an artful, peaceful, fucking. We're gonna come at it like like warrior philosophers army. Like we gotta think of it like that.
I think I keep calling it the end user economy because you know right now the end user, the person who's using the product at the end, they end up paying into these things, but they never really get much out of it. Now it's different for gaming because we're used to paying for digital items, we're used to paying for content, and we're used to paying for DLC and guns, and we'll throw a few bucks at a game like Warframe, because we've been playing
Skins
it.
and
Yeah,
dances and bullshit.
yeah, we're used to that kind of shit.
You like this emote? Give us money.
Yeah, we're used to that, and I think we've acknowledged like, okay, we're willing to give up a few dollars if we can get something that we really want. But when you translate that to other technology, such as social media, things like Facebook and Google, we do not get anything back from interacting with it at all. Now, admittedly, we're not paying into it, but our use does drive their revenue model because they collect our data and then they sell that data to advertisers and say, see, this guy, he's been looking at this week and he's interested.
Supposedly.
Right. And then they turn around and say, we'll target your ads to this person if you pay us. So they're kind of double dipping on the revenue on the
Allegedly.
advertising side. I mean, what do you mean allegedly? This is confirmed fact. What are you talking about? We fucking
well,
know this shit.
like I said, we let's come into it thinking that we can hear a different perspective. You know what I
Do
mean?
you
Like,
think there's someone out there that doesn't know that Facebook is collecting our data and selling it to advertisers and then selling ad space targeted at us from those same advertisers? Everyone knows
well,
this.
I
This is
well
common
yeah, well
knowledge.
they know that the system works in a certain way, but we don't know the actual ins and outs of how it works out. So if we had someone that used to work there that could explain it to us, that'd be wonderful.
Oh, that'd be great. Please. What do we need that? Mark Zuckerberg already testified in front of Congress that this is what's happening. Like, I would sure come on if someone wants to come and talk to us about the whole rip, great. But we know it, like we've seen it, we've heard about it. It's out there in the public sphere. Everyone knows it. This is their business model. This is how they make money. Advertising, targeted ads. Like this is what they do. Twitter. Um, but they haven't really rewarded us for being the product. You know what I'm saying? Like we are the fucking product. It would be nice if they could give back something to us. And look, we all know they try to do these kind of like, philanthropic funds and they donate here and there, but people don't feel that. You know what I'm saying? People don't feel that in their everyday lives. But if they started giving out, if they minted a crypto coin, like a Facebook token or a face coin or a G coin,
Metacoin.
sure. If they minted a coin and then opened a shop for us to get digital items and real world items, well, now you've created a marketplace and a space where people can participate without, affecting your bottom line. But you could reward them by, saying, all right, well, we're making all this money. Let's open a small store. Let's give them some fucking t-shirts. Like it's just a way to reward people. And the power of this comes when multiple big companies start minting these coins, and you and I can start trading those coins with each other, because they're public. They're publicly owned. It's not like you can block someone from getting them. If I have them, they're mine. I can do what I want with them. I can sell them for cash. I can trade them for items. I can trade them for other coins. So now you're getting into this democratizing of that space. And I think it's going to be better in the long run to have this kind of system rather than the system we have now where we're not getting shit. Like I feel it's a more powerful force to democratize these technologies and reward people for this shit, cuz I really do believe there's money to be had. Like for me personally, if I make, if I'm making game after game after game after game, I mean, just think about it like with GTA. Like they keep pumping out content and people keep having to buy more and more shark cards because there's more and more content to eat through with the money. You know what I'm saying? So if I mint a coin and say this coin is the currency for all my games, all of them, apps, games, social media shit, all of it. Well, the more that I make, the more games I make, the more worlds I create that only use this coin, the market value for the coin starts to go up because more people need it. But you can get it in the game, but you can also purchase it on the open market or purchase it from me. Or, and my whole thing is just buy my games and play my games. Like, that's all I want.
Well, no, that does solve the issue of a lot of games where it's like, fucking just you bust your ass playing Madden and you build your fucking team and you do this and that for like this fucking version of it. And then the next version comes out, you're starting from the ground up again, all that shit's fucking wiped clean. At
Yeah.
least this way you'll have a way to kind of like bring your previous grind with you where
Right.
it actually could matter in the future. You know what I mean? Like I remember listening to someone in a GameStop back in the day when I would actually go and pre-order my shit, and I remember I was talking to one of the staff there, and he was like, "Yeah, no, like they shouldn't even fucking release new games. They should just release like a fucking like really good fucking platform of it, and then just the DLC every year is the updated rosters."
Right. That would be nice, but that's not how you make money. Like that's not
Exactly that.
that's not how
But
they make money.
right, but if we figure out how to make it to where it's fair for everybody, I don't see why not.
Yeah. I
I don't
mean, I
see why
think
we can't.
the
People
power of
say it
this
doesn't work like that. I'm like, well, why doesn't it? Why can't we figure it out? We
yeah, I
have that
think the
technology. We
power
have
of
the
this idea is that it is a fair system. Like it's completely transparent and there's really no way to fuck it up. And it's a corrective patch on,
okay, well, yeah, no way to fuck it up yet.
I
They
mean,
were saying the
please.
same. They were saying the same shit about the systems that were in place back in the day when it comes to like what we talk about now, like the
Well,
isms.
that's true. That
They
is
were
true.
This is how the world works. We need slaves. This is how our economy's built. It would collapse if we don't have any. And fucking
Yeah,
look what happened. Like
exactly.
shit changes, bro. You know what I mean? So
No,
this
you're
is
right. And I would love to see the next iteration of this idea. Like, If every company adopted this in some way, shape, or form, and everyone has started using competing crypto and cash everywhere, I mean, what you're gonna see is like whole batches of coins getting sucked away by cash and just destroyed as a company goes under. And like, they're instead of buying out a company, you just buy up all their crypto. Like, and that way you kind of fucking lock them in and then you kind of corner them. It's gonna be that kind of situation. It's gonna be fucking crazy. Like, I don't know. I try to look at the future and see like the best way to help everyone, and this is kind of what I came up with.
Like I said, it's better than throwing your hands up in the air and saying, "Well, this is how the world works, and we just got to accept it and try to just, do what you can and make yourself." It's like fucking. Could we not? Can we not just fucking figure out how to
All right,
fucking fix
man.
it?
This is the 2 hour mark here. I think we should wrap it up. We've given people a lot to think about. We've given people a lot to digest. A 2 hour show is quite a lot, and yeah. So let's do our outro now, dude.
Yeah, man.
Let's
Time flies. Time flies when we're having fun. So,
sure. I mean, look, and like I said, we can record another one if you want, but
well, not
let's
just that. Like, we're gonna be able to just, this is good because then we'll take a break from it, and then next week when we record again, we'll be able to
we
crank out
might,
another fucking 2 hours.
and maybe we'll have feedback then too. So
Hopefully, who knows? Who knows if the algorithm's going to be nice to us? If people are going to get more traction on this. But
let's talk about our social media presence. What do we have? Where can they find us? Where are we right now?
well, we're going to try to mostly hit you up on the YouTube Shorts and the Reels on Instagram. Like we're just going to fucking feed it to the algorithm and see where it disperses us to.
Do we have Twitter? Do we have Facebook? Do we have any of that shit yet?
Oh man, like I got the urgency to do this. We were supposed to record Monday, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, let's record now.
All
So
right.
like
Well,
I say
hopefully by the time,
after this and tomorrow, like yeah, we're gonna post this. This is gonna come
okay,
out Monday.
after
So just
this,
so everyone knows, everyone knows this is coming out Monday.
fine. You're gonna be able to find us on Facebook and Twitter. It'll probably be at gvs.cast or something like that.
Gamers versus the system. Throw those words out there. You'll fucking hit it.
You'll find us out there on the internet.
Comb, please.
And let's see. Do we have any special plans for the next episode, or is we're just gonna wing it again?
Man, the best thing we can do is wing it. Like,
All right, I feel that, bro. I like that a lot.
there ain't
So
no pressure with this. This is like I said. This is part. We do what we want to do. We have no bosses. We have no overlords. All
I
right.
love it
We have our own way of going about it. We're just gonna talk. We're just gonna make people laugh, say outrageous, stupid shit,
and have
and
fun. That's the most
yeah,
important thing.
and hopefully change hearts and minds for the better.
That would be very nice. All right. So once again, just letting everybody know, GVS cast or gvs.cast@gmail.com. You can send in suggestions for the community die, which was our random combo topics. You can do suggestions for the show, suggestions for how to improve our lives, and suggestions on how to be positive, stay positive, and you can ask us questions, which that'll be good content as well. So
Yeah, help us out, and then if we really are looking for funding and stuff, which isn't gonna be right away. Eventually, we'll set up something like a Patreon or whatever like that. But right now, we're more focused on just getting the word out and getting the talk to just change the hearts and minds, man. Like I can't stress that enough. Like it's just so important. We got to change the culture. It'll bring about betterment. Because if we try solving our bullshit through the old ways, it's just gonna the cycle's gonna keep happening.
gotta break that cycle. All right, bro. I feel like that's a good one in the can.
Yeah, man. All right, guys. That's our first episode. Everyone have a good night,
Thank you everyone for listening. If you're still here.
and we out.